Let's go. In this video, we're going to talk about wheel chocks. So for about 7 years, we've been using the Camco Wheel Chocks here, and I noticed something on them that I'd never seen before. They have a replace after date on them. So I should be replacing these after, let's see, the 4th month of 2020, and it's 2022 right now, and we've had these 7 years. So anyway, I contacted the company to ask them what that's about, and they said that these will break down over time depending on the weather conditions. If they're in direct sunlight or real cold conditions, they could become brittle, so they have to put a replace by date on them. So I found that interesting. I've seen these here. These were a friend of mine's right here. They're made by Rhino, and they're pretty light. They're made pretty cheap. And I saw at a campground we were at, this is laying on the site. Somebody, looks like they just ran over. It's really brittle. And so I wouldn't recommend those. I just got these recently. They're pretty well built, and I ordered them online. And I think Tony and Peggy with Stressless Camping have these, or they mentioned them. So I want to give a shout out to them. And down below I'll leave a link to their website and their podcast that they do a weekly podcast on. They do real well. So they're good friends of mine, and so I just want to do a shout out to them. So there's all kinds of ways you can chock your trailer. So I'm going to take you in close and show you what these look like chocked under the tires, what these look like, what these look like. And I'm pretty impressed with these here. They're solid rubber. They have grippers on them. So let's go over to the trailer and take a look. So there's many reasons to have chocks. Mainly I use them in I have park in the driveway. It's slightly sloped, so I want to keep the trailer from rolling. And I live in California, so there could be an earthquake someday. There's not very many, so I wouldn't want the trailer to move back and forth. So it helps that way. If I'm parked on level ground anywhere, I like to use them. I do use this X-Chocks, which I'll get a closer look on it, but it started rusting a little bit, so I painted it black because we camp at the coast a lot. So chocks, usually I have a dual axle, so I usually put one here and one down there, but just for this video I'm placing them in this location here. So it's important to have these. So here I just want to show you what the Camco chock looks like. I have it out from the tire a little bit so you can see what's happening. So you see this gap here, it's not actually up tight against it here in the back. So the trailer could roll slightly. I've tried doing this by flipping it, and it's a little better, but not quite as good. So that's how I do that. So then let's take a look at this one here. Same thing, as you can see right here. It's not tight under here, and also, like I showed, it's flimsy and it could break, so I wouldn't go with that route there. Then I'm going to go here. This is the other one. Just like that. And that's a little tighter fit here. You can see it's actually pushing against here. It has grippers on the bottom. So I would trust this one a lot more than these others. Plus, if you look, it's a lot taller also, so than all these. So I really like these, and I'll make sure in the description below the video I put links to all these chocks. So if you want to get one, if you want to get that one or that one or that one, whatever you want, go ahead. Personally, if I did it all over again, I would buy these, which I have now, and I'm going to get rid of these. These have been stored where they aren't in sunlight. They're stored underneath the tires at my house. They aren't in direct sunlight. Maybe one of them, one side of the trailer is maybe half the day, but not really strong sunlight. We don't have any snow here, so these could probably last maybe another 5-10 years, who knows, but I decided to switch them out with those because I liked how they fit better. While we're at it, I'll show you some ways that I've seen people doing it too. Instead of using the chocks, they make their own, which I don't recommend doing it that way. I just want to show you what I've seen out there in the camping world. Or they go like that. And I'll show you another way. Or you might even see somebody use rocks like that, which they work, but they're not ideal. Here's another way I've seen people do it with split firewood. They just wedge it in there. They find just the right piece that fits really nice and tight. But I wouldn't recommend doing it this way. I would go this route, or even this route. Here's another way to do it, which I don't recommend. A little piece of plywood here and a little one here wedged in, so it's nice and tight. I wouldn't go that route either. So here's how I'd chock the tires right here with one on each end. Instead of going on each side of this, go farther apart like this so it locks in a bigger area. And then I have X-Chock here in between the tires, which will suffice if you're on good level ground, but I recommend that you do these chalk from the sides also. And then we have, I don't know if you've seen in another video, that I have these JT strong arms, and these new jacks I put on, 30-inch jacks. I'll put a link to that video in the description below this one. These are really nice. We've been at camping in windy conditions, and the trailer doesn't move at all. It's like before, when we were camping in wind, the trailer was constantly moving from the wind, the gusts of wind hitting it. The JT strong arms are holding this thing solid, and it feels like you're walking on a solid platform in the trailer itself. So it's not bouncing around. If kids are running around, you can't feel it. So it's really nice. So here's all your options. I'm not recommending any of them. I like these black rubber ones. They're a little heavier than all these other options, but they will help your trailer from rolling away on you. These Camco chocks, I know you're going to go out, if you have them, you're going to go out and look at the replacement date on them. And also, you're probably going to see your friends with these and look at their replacement date. Like I said, if they aren't in harsh weather, they're probably going to last longer than if they're just not in the sun all the time. I definitely wouldn't go with these. I don't care for those at all. Pretty weak, and you saw how brittle it was. So I'm going to have links to all these products, including these blocks here, which I like a lot. They're the Lynx blocks, in the description below the YouTube video. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Feel free to leave comments or ask questions below, and I'll do my best to get back to you on them. If I don't get back to you right away, it's because we're out camping. So I want to say thank you, everybody. Feel free to subscribe and hit that bell icon for future notifications of this video. Hope this has been helpful. Thanks a lot. Take care, everybody, and happy camping.